Hey YouTube, I'm Brick Smith and welcome to Legos Ultimate Builds. This is the panel. Here they are. There's Keith. There's Jeff. There's TJ. We're building the robot.
Now in 3D.
Now in 3Ds.
Ooh.
I can't find a thing. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh, what thing? The instructions? Oh, that thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
and Jeff is doing this.
Oh, nice. I love the car inside that.
Yeah, I've already modified the hell out of the car, got rid of the gun and everything else, and now it's just a Batmobile. Because I don't like the gun. I don't like that. I don't like the shooters. I don't like the stud shooters.
Yeah. I don't like the shooters either.
Echo.
Whack-a-mole. Oh,
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, just the phase modulator on the Transwarp Regalia here.
That should do it. In other words, he puts the lime in the coconut.
Yeah. Where's your mic? Where's your speaker, Jeff?
What?
Where's his mic? Where's the speaker? I didn't hear what.
That goes getting worse.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it me?
I hit mute and try it. We'll try it. Any echo? No.
Check. 1, 2.
Yeah. Sorry, Jeff.
Unmute, Jeff. Let's see how bad it is.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby.
That's not bad now.
I don't think we hear from him.
What?
I said I don't think we hear it from him, but I think we hear it when I talk at least.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know. DJ, do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know either. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's not good when the first step in the new bag starts out with black Technic pins.
You know.
And they give you 2 bags worth of Technic pins for the most part.
You know.
Yeah.
You're good.
So this is a Technic
I think we're good.
with some bricks mixed in. Actually, there's no bricks here. This bag is 100% Technic, I think. Oh, no, I found a brick. Found a plate. Found 2 plates. And I found a little 1x1. I don't remember what you call that.
A thing.
Sure.
That's what I call it.
Sure.
Shua.
Yeah.
Remove my doubloons.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get these while you're at your store?
What? No.
Oh.
What'd you have to do to get those?
Walk in the store and say hello.
Seriously.
Say, I'm an 8-ball. How are you?
Yeah. No, they didn't give me that.
Yeah.
And nobody informed me either that it was $200 for the ship. To get the ship good with purchase thing.
Yeah.
So after I got home here and I sent a pic to my New York lug guys there, they said, "Oh, you didn't get the ship?" And I was like, "What ship?" And they showed me a picture. I was like, "Oh, damn.
Who's that?
And
Stranger!
who was that?
Who is that?
Who am I?
Where did this happen from? What is who? How did? Okay, he's got. Oh,
I can see people.
Yeah, now turn. There it is.
There it is.
Whoa.
How do I
Hello,
make it?
Captain Xavier. I am Brick Smith, aka Julian, aka Grand Poobah of the Pink Bucket Nation. Welcome to Legos Ultimate Builds.
More feeling.
Oh, I'm sorry. Legos Ultimate Builds.
Did you look at one purpose? Or is that on my end?
What happened?
What is it?
What?
Ooh.
Something's busted.
What
Looks
happened?
fine to us.
Hey, where's that piece? Oh, there it is.
How am do?
You am do right.
Clearly, I need somewhere to put this thing so I can work on my thing.
Yeah.
Things are good to work on. I'm gonna be down here if you need me.
All right.
Yeah.
No. I'm building a thing.
I like things.
That's a big thing. Yeah.
Hey, pretty yeah, I like it here.
It's got features and stuff.
It's a big boat.
It is indeed. So this is the smaller of the big boats.
Oh,
Nice.
It's got action features.
ooh.
Oh, I like see.
Looks good, Cap.
Woo woo.
Motorized rudder.
I thought it was just happy to see me.
Well, I mean, let's not rule that out as a possibility.
Right. Stop. Jeff, you wanna introduce our friend here?
Sure. So this is Captain Xavier. He's crazy, and he's a good dude for the most part, from what I can tell. Yeah, I don't think he's killed anybody. He also does a lot of fun things with Nerf. Yeah, I mean, he also does a lot of fun things with Nerf, and I've been watching him for a while. And I don't even give a shit about Nerf, but he's funny and entertaining, so I'll watch everything he does like a weirdo.
I don't even watch everything that I do.
I mean, on the YouTubes, not in private. But those are nice new drapes you got.
What?
Nothing.
Yeah, it's weird.
But Captain Xavier's a hell of a builder. He's got a big ass castle and a village and everything else that is fantastic. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And he also has quite the extensive collection of classic Lego space. Are we going on
So
a
give
tour?
you all the tour. Oh yeah, Legos everywhere.
No,
I have
it won't
pirate.
fit in at all.
Oh boy.
There you go.
I'm running out of room.
Just buy a bigger house.
This was the bigger house.
Oh no!
Well, there's a certain time where you just have to upgrade.
And then
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ran out of room. There's a reoccurring theme here.
Did you make that? Did you make that room out of? Is that a mock? I'm just kidding. I know better. The broom in the corner.
I threaded the head on and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
Why can I only see myself? Where's everybody else?
oh, because I did that.
Everybody else.
Hey, how about that?
Yeah, Julian gave you the big screen, so that means you're doing the thing and whatnot, and you're on the thing, and
Oh,
yep.
What's everyone else doing? What's
this-
going on? Who's responsible for this? Who's in charge here?
Is this
What
your
happened?
first stream?
What?
Is this
What?
your first stream?
First time I've been on this thing, somebody sent me a link, said do the thing. I put on pants for this and everything
Wow.
on Wednesday.
Well, there's where you made your mistake. Those are optional here.
Julian, you
I
got-
did say you didn't have to wear pants. You even
I know,
asked
but
me.
I did anyway.
Well,
It seemed polite.
yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Ease my way into freeballing it.
And yes, Dave Morgan, he was at the Brickenick for you guys. Dave
happened?
Morgan builds the big ass houses, and he built the big ass houseboat at Bricks Cascade picnic that you went to over the weekend.
Oh, he was there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I had the frigate.
The what now?
Boats.
Oh, boats.
There's a lot of boats around here. Here. Friend and I got into a Napoleonic warship arms race, and it's getting out of hand.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you were broken.
I don't think he heard you.
That's okay.
Okay.
What?
So Emily is also a big fan of Captain Xavier. She just didn't want to say anything. It's a dog. That's Emily.
Hello.
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 Oh,
That's all.
Yeah.
But I've been talking to these guys about you, Cap, for a while, and was finally like, maybe I should do the thing. So I did the thing, and here you are.
I made a little boat
You did.
with a really big cannon.
You did.
What is everybody else building? What's going on here?
So what tonight is it's the Legos Ultimate Builds.
Yep.
And we, myself and Keith, that guy, we pick out a Lego set and then we build it. And right now it's R2.
Yeah.
But we have what we like to call the moderators, the people that keep up with the chat, keep the conversation going so we can concentrate on our builds, i.e., mostly TJ and Jeff some when he's not building.
yep.
And there's a couple other folks that are absent tonight because of life. But so it's a small little group right here. But on Sunday nights, we go hard into paint. It's usually 10 deep and it's free for all.
Yeah.
We just talk about anything and everything. And honestly, we can do that here too.
Yeah.
I need to figure out where on earth my phone mount went so I can actually mount it somewhere useful.
Always good to mount things.
Right on.
No.
Oh, how about this one?
Hey, speaking of which, where the hell is Dave Morgan? Isn't he usually here?
Dave is taking a day off.
Why?
It's contractual. I don't have a choice.
Why did you do something to him?
No, actually, not this time. No,
Oh,
no. Unless he's not telling me something, and then no, I don't think I did.
oh.
What did you do to him before?
I don't know.
Yum.
So Cap, why? I'm assuming I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions because that's
Yeah,
what I do. In my
please
part
do.
time.
What do you want?
No. Oh, fair enough. So this is the question we ask everybody because we're those people. How did you get into Lego?
I was 4 and my parents gave me a Lego set.
Good start.
It
Okay.
escalated from there.
That sounds about right.
At no point did I ever get back out of Lego.
Really?
Nice.
Earliest set I can remember owning was either the Blacktron Interceptor, I think it's the Interceptor, or the Forestman Hideout.
Oh, both good sets.
Now,
I don't remember getting them, but I can't remember ever not having them.
Okay, so you got them still.
What?
You have them still, or you repurchased them?
I have 3 of the Forestman Hideout now. They just keep showing up. I got one in box that somebody in Wisconsin mailed me.
Oh,
terrible situation to be in, eh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely don't get yourself a YouTube channel. You have people from Germany just mailing you vintage sets left and right. It's weird.
yeah.
It's horrible. But I suffer through.
It's good you can push through, man. So,
That's pretty much the coolest thing ever. I can't imagine trying to explain to like 10-year-old me that one day strangers in Europe will mail me Lego because they like my videos on the internet. 10-year-old me would go, "What the hell is the internet?"
Yeah.
it's where you'll find your porn. Don't worry.
Hey-o.
Did I miss something? Am I stupid? Probably. Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So you never really got out of Legos, but all right, that's cool. And you used to do stuff with the SCA or another one of those organizations?
Similar group. I was in a group called the Empire of Adria, which broke away from the SCA because they didn't want to play with wooden swords. They wanted to play with metal swords.
Oh. That sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
Not nearly as dangerous as, say, baseball or football, and we're hitting each other in the head with metal axes. The difference being we wear armor.
Well, yeah, that also helps. All right, and so Castle was just. So, what was your first love? What was your first theme that you were just in love with, and you were like, "Oh man."
Castle was what I had first. I fell in love with Pirate once Pirate came into existence, because it didn't exist when I first got into Lego. Because I'm old. I swear I threw you in here, you fiend. Always loved Castle, always loved Pirate and Space, which is why, of course, those are the three themes that I have collected all of. When I was younger, I didn't have enough parts to be able to do all three at once. I had to pick one. So I'd get really into Castle and build a huge castle, and then I'd get bored with that and tear it down and build a huge space station, and then I'd get bored with that and tear it down and go all into Pirate. Now I have the parts to do them all at once.
That's always nice.
It is. All right, so what can you tell us about the auxiliary?
The auxiliary is a complicated entity.
Yeah.
To really understand the auxiliary, you first have to understand the crew, which is the mercenary company that we formed in the Empire of Adria. Actually, originally it formed in the realms of Avalon, but it's a similar concept. Medieval recreation mercenaries. We eventually incorporated as an actual private security company, since most of us was doing security work anyway. We had guys who were bouncers for clubs, loss prevention for big stores, armored car drivers. Since we were already doing it, we figured we might as well incorporate and actually form an actual mercenary company. We also have done things like the military for Ren fairs, because it's really hard to get Elizabethan military troops together because nobody wants to march around with pike. We've also done guest lecturing for colleges on military history, teaching kids about Roman legions and phalanxes by making them actually do it. So we bring gear and turn a college history class into a Greek phalanx and a Roman legion and make them fight and see if they can figure out why one beat the other in the end.
Wow.
Hello, dude, Jude.
What's up, dude?
Dude!
Dude!
Dude, Jude.
Dude. The auxiliary was for people who weren't able to become part of the whole crew, because being a member of the crew, you had to be able to come to training. There was a lot of time that went into that. There was equipment you had to have. There was a certain level of military discipline you needed. But there were occasionally people that would show up to events that we were at, either wars we were attending or Ren fairs that we were working at, and they would just volunteer to help for that one day. And so they were supplemental troops to our usual regular troop. And that's literally what auxiliary means. That's what auxiliary forces have always been in the military, is supplemental forces that were used in time of need. They were militias that were called up. They were volunteers. They were whatever. And so for as long as the crew has existed, we have had auxiliary in one form or another. There was one guy who, he always showed up when we went to one particular Ren fair, but we didn't ever see him any other time. So we'd see him once a year at the Ye Merry Greenwood Ren fair, and that was the only time we'd see him. So he was a form of auxiliary. We had combatants that lived on the other side of the state, so they couldn't make it to our training or our drill or get all of our, process down. But whenever we took the field together, they always fought on our side with us under our command structure. So they were auxiliary. The auxiliary in its current form came out of a Nerf event down in California called Ragnar Oktoberfest, which was a humans versus humans versus humans versus zombies event. So there were 3 teams of humans fighting each other in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. And I got put in charge of one of the 3 teams because I'm Captain Xavier, so they made me a team captain. And so my team were my auxiliary. They were the troops that got called up because I didn't have any of my old crew there, any of my veteran crew. So I organized them into command structures. They had NCOs, they had squads, they knew what they had to do. And I realized, hey, I could make this go international if I made a video saying anyone who wants to be part of the auxiliary can join. And now I've got auxiliary on every continent except Antarctica so far. Give me time.
Come on.
Those penguins will militarize in no time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, that's why I get sent stuff from all over the world.
Yeah. So
Also means I've got crash space all over the world, which is cool.
That is cool. So, what's it like knowing that you've created an empire of nerds, and they're basically offering you up sacrifice almost every time they talk to you?
It was inevitable. I feel it was only a matter of time.
So, world domination. When's that going to happen?
As soon as travel opens up again and I can start traveling around the world.
Yeah. It was in your yearbook, right?
It actually kind of was. I took one of those personality tests where it tells you what you should do in the future and what you would be good at. And the only advice it told me was don't learn German.
Yeah.
Hello, Seth.
Hey, Seth. Hey, Bubba.
So, all right. So you mobilize an army of Nerf fellas, and other people have done the same too. There's Nerf teams all over the United States, New Jersey, Texas, California, etc. But you guys take it to another level with formalized training and stuff like that. Have you ever had like that one guy who was like, "You guys are taking this way too seriously," like, or any negative stuff when you go?
Oh yeah, no, there's a fair number of people that don't like what the auxiliary is and what it represents. For reasons that genuinely baffle me, there are a large number of people in the Nerf community that consider Milsim a dirty word, which is weird because the entire Nerf hobby is shooting at each other with toy guns, and if that's not Milsim, I'm not sure what the definition of that word is.
Oh, Milsim, I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
It took me a minute.
Thanks, Jules. So,
Anytime.
okay, that's really weird because, like you said, it's yeah. So there's the negative bullshit that goes along with it.
Yeah, I mean, there's people involved. There's going to be people who want it to always be super casual, super family friendly kind of stuff. But then you've got people that are using it for full immersion World War II reenactments and full immersion post-apocalyptic stuff. And there, you need to have your stuff look realistic because otherwise it ruins the ambiance. If everyone there is in full World War II uniform and you roll in jeans and a T-shirt with a Maverick and want to join them in the Battle of the Bulge, it's going to ruin the whole event for everybody because it's completely out of space.
I got a question for you then.
Yep.
Why can't they go do their own thing somewhere else? Why are they insistent on harassing you guys?
Right?
Right.
I'm just saying. There's room in the world for, I don't know, everybody.
There is. The problem is that it all mixes on the internet, and so it makes it difficult for them to separate the fact that we're not going to show up to your public park in New Jersey in our full black tactical gear. That's not going to happen.
Right. Did Joey
First of
want
all,
y'all to
we're
do
in
that?
Washington. Second of all, we know better. But it's the internet, and so people tend to assume that their little niche section of the hobby is the only part of the hobby that exists.
Absolutely.
And anything that they see as being a threat to their little subsection is horrible and evil and shouldn't be allowed in the hobby.
That's a shame. I know people like that.
Yeah.
So do I.
I don't know if you've met the Lego community. Look, I did a thing.
A thing?
It has a thing on its side now.
You seem to have made a foot.
Well, the foot was there. This is the new thing.
Now I see. It's got a hip.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Yeah. I did that.
All right, so
I didn't
you got to
mean to
tell me
derail.
about these scenarios because I watched one video. I don't remember what the hell it was called because I'm that guy. But it was where you were like in a camp and you were assigned a role. And it was in a foresty area and you were somebody's turret.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so that was just like a role play event where you were playing as X.
Yes.
Okay. So does that mean that you guys do that a lot? Is that a special thing or is that like this is the norm?
The crew has done NPC work for a lot of events. we started out at WSU's HVZ. Actually, we started out at University of Idaho's HVZ, playing what we referred to as the NPC Marines, because in any good zombie apocalypse, there's always going to be soldiers that are just an endless stream of mooks to get killed by the zombies and to save the main characters, but then die horribly off screen somewhere.
Yeah.
And that was the role that we played. So we weren't humans, but we also weren't zombies. We were a game mechanic. We could fight the zombies. If a zombie tagged us, it counted getting a tag because zombies had to get a tag every 48 hours or they died and were out of the game. We would hold our ground and fight the zombies so the humans could escape. So the humans got to continue playing and having fun. The zombies would eventually wipe us out because there's always more zombies and we eventually are going to run out of ammo. So we would stand and fight and give the zombies a good fight. They'd still get their kills. The humans would get to survive. Everyone had more fun. We ended up doing that then at WSU, and then we have done NPC work for Afterworlds a couple of times. And that was what you were talking about. Yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic event that takes place down in Notai, Oregon. And it's 2.5 days, full immersion, post-apocalyptic event. There's zombies running in and out. There's raiders. There's aliens. There's horrible monsters and whatnot. And most people want to go and play one of the players. They want to be the hero in the story, whereas I like playing an NPC. I find it far less stressful when I don't have to worry about whether I die or not because my character is supposed to die. And I like telling stories, and I like helping other people have more fun, and having really interesting NPCs makes the game more fun.
For sure. I play Dungeons and Dragons regularly, so I know exactly where you're coming from on that. All right, so you mentioned HVZ, and all of us kind of went, those are letters that have been put together. So why don't you tell us what that is?
All right, so HVZ is a game called Humans versus Zombies, which is basically a really complicated game of tag played with Nerf blasters. It's mostly played on college campuses. At one point, it was played on over 700 college campuses nationwide. And the way it works, it's usually either a week-long game or a week-and-a-half-long game. And everybody starts out as a human, except for one person who's randomly chosen from all the other players to be the patient zero, the first zombie. Mm-hmm. And if a zombie physically tags you, then you become a zombie. If you shoot a zombie with a Nerf blaster, then they're stunned for a couple of minutes and you can escape. And then over the course of the week or week and a half, however long it goes, usually every other night, they have a big mission where all of the players come out at night and there's some goal. The humans are trying to find a cure or trying to find resources or something. It's an excuse to get everyone out and playing and get as many humans killed as possible because you can't play humans versus zombies without zombies. So
I got a question for you.
Yep.
Do the zombies have to dress differently or something? What determines how people are able to, or are they just acting like zombies?
Headband. Zombies wear a headband. Humans wear an armband. You can dress up and cosplay as a zombie all you want. You are not required to. And they are intelligent zombies, so they're not just shufflers shambling about. They're more like 28 days later zombies.
Oh, those are horrifying.
Yes. They're fast, they're smart, they're organized. It is terrifying. Luckily, we have machine gun, so it kind of balances out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you're rolling in with a smart gun from Alien. Oh, wait.
Right.
So,
I didn't have that back then. I haven't used that at an HVZ yet.
So Captain Xavier made the smart gun that Drake and Vasquez were using from the movie Aliens. And it fires how many rounds a second?
Anywhere between 15 and 20, depending on how well the backpack feeds. The backpack holds 1,800 rounds.
Yeah. So, and it's even got a camera on there so you can see around corners.
Yeah, it's got a heads-up display that feeds to a display over my right eye that feeds to a camera on the gun so I can see around corners, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So where did you learn to modify blasters and such and do all the things?
I made it up as I went along.
Nice.
I've always been good at tinkering. The first things like that I started tinkering with was laser tag equipment back in high school.
Ooh, yeah.
And I had no idea what I was doing. Then started tinkering with Nerf blasters and had no idea what I was doing. But by then, the internet existed. So a lot of Googling on how to solder and how circuits work. And I took a circuits course in college. I just worked it out as I went along. Many mistakes were made.
Oh dear.
I get a lot of people asking on some of my build videos, how do you always get it right the first time? And like, clever editing, that's how. You got a 15-minute video of me doing it perfectly. You did not see the 4 hours of footage of me screwing it up.
Yeah. There's a reason why movies have multiple takes, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you also do a thing, and that thing is you have a build garage studio in your backyard for the most part.
Yeah, it's what's called a makerspace.
Yeah.
Ah.
And the makerspace is where you get to pay it forward to other folks getting into the hobby where they can come and tinker and all that fun stuff, right?
Yep. Yeah, so it's got 8 full workstations with full tools, soldering iron, screwdriver, drill, everything that you would need to modify Nerf blasters. I also then have all of my big power tools, bench press, bench sander, belt, bandsaw, bench grinder, all of that sort of stuff, and materials. So solder, glue, motors, switches, wheels, wires, all the stuff that you'd need, and then a shipping container and a garage full of Nerf blasters. And the goal was, to have people be able to come to the makerspace and learn how to mod and get into the hobby and all of that. But no sooner do I get the thing built than a plague hit.
Yeah, not a zombie apocalypse, a plague.
Yeah, this apocalypse is lame.
Yeah.
I wanted zombies.
That's right.
Jesus. Awesome. And so the fun thing about what you do is that, so some of us have done stuff for Lego every once in a while and everything else, and you've done stuff in Nerf, and it's like, well, why isn't this guy, working for Hasbro and yada yada? And basically because, as far as I know, you gave them the metaphorical finger, or they gave it to you. So, well, what's the deal with that?
So Hasbro doesn't like me, and I've had it more or less officially confirmed that the reason that I'm on their blacklist is because of the minigun I built. So before I built the smart gun, I built a similar blaster that's a minigun. It also feeds from a backpack. Its tank holds 2,000 rounds. It fires 15 rounds a second. It's got a built-in rocket launcher, the usual things that you make with your toys.
Yes.
And I released this on New Year's Eve of, I think, 2017, and it went viral. I mean, it was on every possible tech clickbait website you can imagine. I ended up on the Discovery Channel twice because of it. It went big. And everybody had seen this minigun and everything that it could do and how awesome it was and how amazing it was. And 2 years later, give or take, Hasbro releases their own minigun, which, given the cycle of R&D at a company like Hasbro, they had definitely started developing that blaster when my minigun came out.
Yeah.
And my minigun makes their minigun look like garbage. Theirs fires 5 rounds a second. It's not nearly as big or as cool looking. It only holds 50 rounds of ammunition. It should have been the coolest Nerf blaster that had ever been produced. But because my minigun was out before it, it looked like trash. And apparently, Hasbro took that personally.
Oh, bye, Julian. And hello, Moto.
Man down!
The man in charge of that division or whatever.
Yeah, that's okay. He'll be back. He probably had something go wrong, or I don't know. Maybe the house is on fire. Yeah.
Jesus, Julian, do better.
He'll be back.
It also doesn't help that the vast majority of the videos on my channel are about how to modify Nerf blasters, and it literally says on the side of every Nerf blaster molded into it, "Do not modify blaster or darts."
Yeah.
So I'm not what they're looking for in a brand ambassador.
Yeah.
Which is dumb.
It is, but I will fully admit I am a walking litigation nightmare for them.
Oh, yeah.
And if you've seen me in my full getup, I look like the main characters from Army of Two, which was in fact where I got the inspiration for my heavy loadout.
It's a good loadout. It's very imposing.
Exactly. And again, it's not the face that a toy company wants endorsing their product.
Yeah.
Weird.
However, Buzzbee and Dart Zone have reached out to me.
And who are they?
They are Nerf's primary competitors.
Oh.
So they would be the equivalent of like Mega Block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Constructs or whatever. The other big competitor is a company called Worker out of Hong Kong, which would be the equivalent of like all of the companies that make all of the stuff that shows up on AliExpress.
Yeah.
But they cater to the mod community almost exclusively.
Really?
Yeah, like everything they make is designed to be modified or is already super high powered, or they make kits for upgrading blasters. They make blaster shells specifically to put upgraded parts in. Everything they do is about making more powerful blasters. And originally, most of their kits were kits that you put into existing Nerf blasters. You took the guts out of a Nerf blaster and you put in Worker parts, and it made the blaster more powerful. Hasbro then quit making those blasters, so Worker started just making their own. That took all of the old parts.
Yeah.
Which is just brilliant. Now they're just producing completely new stuff that's their own design, but still uses some Nerf stuff like the stocks, the removable and attachable shoulder stocks. They use Hasbro's attachment point so that you can use Hasbro stocks on their blasters.
I mean, that makes sense.
Smart. Similar to how everybody makes their bricks compatible with Lego.
Yeah, it's true.
And all the major toy blaster brands, all of their blasters will take Nerf magazine. Because it's the standard and there's no reason not to. And it makes it easier for their stuff to be cross-compatible, and so people are going to be willing to buy it. It's also a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So what do you think about so there's the whole Nerf thing across the United States. I just found out about this through some internet research. Yes. And like there's different teams and stuff like that and yada shmada. Are you the one that's leading the charge on that, or are you just in it to be in it?
I am not involved directly. There's a number of attempts to create a more sporterized version of Nerf, similar to the way like paintball and airsoft are run.
Yeah.
In like 5v5 tournaments where it's highly competitive and there's structured rules and a structured field that you're playing on. To really kind of legitimize Nerf as a sport. There was the Blaster Tag Association, and then there's Foam Pro Tour, both of which operate very similarly and are basically cross-compatible. They just operate at different events. And I have participated in one of those tournaments, and I do want to get leagues running up here in the Pacific Northwest because we've got a lot of people that are interested in that kind of play, but there isn't currently anywhere for them to do so, which is one of the other reasons I bought land and in the middle of nowhere. So that I'd have enough room to host those kind of events.
Yeah.
I've already turned my tree farm into an arena. I've turned my smaller sloped tree farm into a target range as well as a free weapon competition range. I do plan to eventually. I'm not sure how I would do the Blaster Tag Association because I need a larger field than I currently have. I would either need to talk to my neighbors to combine our backyards because they all are up against each other and combined they would be big enough, or work something out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not leading the charge, but I am trying to facilitate it in the Pacific Northwest more.
That's
but
awesome.
Again, plague.
Yeah. So it looks like one of our audience members, there's a couple of questions I got to ask you that came from them. Somebody asked, how much does it cost to go to your makerspace and build stuff?
Nothing.
Whoa.
My makerspace is funded by Patreon. So all of the consumable parts, motors, switches, blasters, wire, solder, all of that is paid for through Patreon donation. And I don't have a flat fee. It's not like $5 an hour to come use the makerspace because I live here. It doesn't cost me anything to operate the place. Yeah, it's just a matter of contacting me to see if I'm available that day, and then you come up and you do stuff. Eventually, again, when the plague ends, there will be big events where it's a big mod party where multiple people are coming. We'll have other YouTubers there. It'll probably all get live streamed, and we'll do things like, okay, we're all going to mod the same blaster together. Follow us at home if you want to mod this blaster as well, and we'll go through all of the steps of here's how you do this mod with these motors and this wire. But yeah, no, the makerspace is and always will be free to use.
Well, there you go. That's awesome. So Moto from Lego Masters Season 2 and just a dynamite human being all around. He's a buddy of ours that's always, well, he's here on streams sometimes and stuff like that. But he did have a challenge/question for you, which was...
Oh dear.
I know, right? So he wants to... Why haven't you built a Nerf gun out of Lego yet?
I have. It's on my channel. But I believe it's on my Nerf channel, not my Lego channel.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it fires Nerf dart.
Well, I mean...
it was actually a kit, and I think I still have it? Question mark. It was an off-brand company that made them. They're built using Technic parts, and it was essentially a bolt-action, like Springfield rifle-looking thing. And then I, using Lego Technic parts, built a what we refer to as an afterburner, which is an extra set of flywheels that are added onto a blaster to make the darts go even faster. So this thing was rubber band powered normally and would fire like 5 feet. Using Lego motors and Lego wheels and battery packs, I was able to add a pair of flywheels on the end to accelerate the dart more and got it to go about 15 feet.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever made a Nerf rifle or gun or what blaster? That's the phrase.
Blaster.
That you were just like, well, this should work, and then unfortunately it hit somebody like a nail, and you're like, I need to repair this. Like, too much pressure, too much force.
I actually took a video off of my channel because the build was too simple and too powerful, and it had been up for about an hour. And someone said, I built this with I built this at home, and I hurt my little brother. And you're like, oh, delete.
Yeah.
I used a device referred to as a drain blaster. It's basically an air pressure plunger that you use to clear a clog in your toilet. But it has a lot of air pressure, and if you simply put a long barrel that is the right size for Nerf darts on the end, you can use that air pressure to fire a Nerf dart. And I got one going at 500 feet per second. Which the speed of sound is about 700 feet per second.
Yes.
So I actually shot holes in my dart catching net. I put a dart halfway through a Nerf magazine, which are made out of hard plastic, shattered the plastic and stuck the dart in the magazine. And that's not safe.
No.
I mean, it's fun, though.
It is. So that video got deleted.
That's right. Okay. All right, we're going to move it back to Lego as a order.
Yeah.
So I know because I watch your channel and I'm that guy. But you've been doing build challenges with Sergeant Deplorable and random other guy whose name I can't remember, and I feel kind of bad about that.
Andrew.
There it is. And so what brought all that on, and when's the next build challenge?
That is an excellent question. I think it was boredom. I honestly don't know why or whose idea it originally was, but we decided to buy a random gallon bag of Lego from Bricks and Wheels in Kent and see what we could build out of it.
Yeah.
And you got to, they had a whole bunch of bags available, and you got to, pick which bag you wanted. And then we just sat down and spent several hours sifting through this random bag of parts. And the first thing we built were mech warriors, and then we built some kind of airship, fighter, whatever. It was something that flew. Then we built tanks, and then we built boats. And the variety was amazing. Andrew made no attempt whatsoever to have any kind of cohesive color scheme. Sergeant Deplorable tended to build very small but incredibly detailed, which was really, really cool looking. And then I tended to build big and blocky and using gray, dark gray, and with orange trim, because those colors were very, very common, and I was able to keep to that theme. So,
yeah,
we're not sure what we're going to do for the next one or when we're going to do it. Pizza delivery systems was one option because that's what Deplorable kept bringing up, because I always wanted to build war stuff. A war mech. He's like, why can't it be a pizza delivery mech?
I mean, it worked for those Ninja Turtles. So
exactly. So, but those were a lot of fun. I still have all of my builds.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Can you show them to us?
If I can figure out which drawer they're in. I think they're in the closet.
Okay.
He can't get to the closet.
I mean, that happens.
So Keith, how's the build going?
The build I just now, so this is 45 minutes in, just now finished bag number 3.
Oh.
So it is a full Technic bag, but this is what it looks like right now.
That looks very complicated and very green.
Yeah, and remember when we built this leg? I thought it was one of the side legs. It's actually the back. Because I was like, this is too much on that side leg. I'm looking at the box. I'm like, yeah, that's too much on the side leg. It's that middle leg there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But,
Some assembly required.
uh-oh.
Oh.
No assembly required.
My mech has lost his leg.
Oh, I have another silly question, Cap, if you got a minute.
I got nowhere to be.
All right. So, silly question number 372. How did the Lego Waffles turn out?
They're actually quite delicious.
That's awesome.
I did have to repair the waffle iron. It came broken.
Oh.
Luckily, I'm good at fixing things. Meh.
Oh.
What? Where'd his arm go?
I don't know. Yes, Captain Xavier was sent a waffle maker by none other than Maniac for Bricks, who's known in the community a bit.
Yeah, he's a Nerf guy too.
He is.
Yes.
Joey's the one that said, hey, check out this guy. And I was like, why should I check out this guy? And then I did, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I wondered why the crossover between Nerf and Lego was common, and then that makes sense that Joey referred him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I get to see Joey in New Jersey.
I mean, that's cool, but you also have to go to New Jersey.
Yeah. You gotta go to Jersey. It's not New Jersey. It's Jersey.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jersey.
That's cool. I like the open cockpit. So
Nice.
it looks like something out of MechWarrior.
Exactly. That's what I was going for.
Huh, there you go.
The fact that I was able to build this from a random gallon bag of brick, I was impressed.
Well, yeah, I would be too. All right, so there's that and there's that. What's the one thing you haven't built that you would like to build, and those boats that you're building right now don't count?
A bigger boat. No, I want to get my Lego pirate table up to the level of detail of my castle.
Yeah.
And to kind of illustrate the difference in scale. So, if you look at the King's Castle from 1980, whatever, this was an actual Lego set. This was Lego scale. This is scale 1. If you then look at the front of my castle, you will notice some similarity.
Yeah.
So from the original Lego set, wherever it is, to that scale,
Ooh.
that level of detail, that size, that all of that, I want to do that same thing with things like the Imperial Trading Post and El Dorado Fortress and the Shipwreck Island and all of that. So that's my ambitious pirate goal, is to get this to that level, that scale, which is why all of these ships are being built, because the 2 blue frigates that I have are, of course, meant to be the upgrades for the 2 Caribbean Clippers that I had.
Makes sense.
And then the heavy frigate was the Imperial flagship, and the smaller brig was the smaller Imperial flagship, and so on and so forth. So I want to build all of that. I also want to build a Spanish treasure galleon and a Spanish war galleon, a Dutch flute, an East Indiaman. I'm going to need a bigger table. Oh no, I'm running out of battery life.
Oh no.
5%, that's not enough. Have some power. Ha ha ha. What else is in the drawer? Ah. Here was my fighter.
Yep.
I stole this idea from the drop ship from Aliens.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's supposed to have a minigun underneath it. Where'd the minigun go? There's the minigun. Aha! For ground support. And to demonstrate that it's happy to see you. So that's build competition 2. Build competition 3.
TJ, we haven't had you doing any research. Man.
TJ, look up Captain Xavier's Nerf and Lego channel and then put it in the chat so that people know where to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you post in the chat?
Yeah,
I
I can
read it out. No. Oh, you are going to be a... Oh.
Yeah, those are always fun conversations.
When you talk to Lego?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Stop it, you wretch.
Okay, there's the
So
radio
obviously
channel.
you have some inspiration from like Aliens and other classic sci-fi flicks and stuff like that. So
Yep.
yeah. Is there any plans to build anything like specifically from those films, like the APC or
No.
No?
Not in Lego.
Lego?
I do have the parts to build the pulse rifle in a box in my shop for Nerf. And then just yesterday, Hasbro announced that they're going to be releasing one next year. And I'm really looking forward to getting mine out first because it's going to be much, much nicer. And I just need to piss in Hasbro's Cheerios again.
Love it.
Because the one I've got is Select Fire, uses a solenoid pusher. It's going to be way more powerful, bigger. The grenade launcher, instead of only holding 1 round, will hold 3 rounds and be pump action. It's just going to be, in general, better. And, yeah. Combine that with the smart gun and hilarious.
Are you ever worried about them actually coming and doing something about what you're doing? Like you walk out one day and like, my shop appears to be on fire.
No, because ultimately I'm not worth their notice.
Okay.
Hasbro is a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
They are the Nerf is the second largest toy line after Lego, because I know how to pick my hobbies.
Yeah.
And so, no, I'm not a big enough problem for them to really care about, unless I really went out of my way to make a nuisance of myself, which I haven't. It's just inadvertently being a nuisance.
Yet.
All right. This time, I think this one we may have gotten 2 bags worth of parts. I don't remember, but I built.
There you go.
Tank.
That is a tank.
Turret. Rocket launcher. It also has a howitzer that it can tow.
There you go. I like the
I'm
rocket
really,
effect.
really quite pleased with the plating.
It's pretty good. Yeah. Let's hear. So it looks like Julian's not coming back. I sent him a text. He hasn't replied. So, and we've been going for the 56 minutes. We usually go for an hour. But Keith, you ready to land this thing?
I'm ready to land it.
All right. So
But I haven't showed the boat yet.
You haven't showed the boat yet. All right, we gotta see the boat first.
The boat.
Boat.
Yeah, and I just want to say I posted links to both of Captain Xavier's channels in the chat, so go subscribe to him.
Check it out. It's pretty fun and interesting stuff. Like I said, I'm not into the whole Nerf thing. Sorry, but he is very entertaining, and there is stuff to learn. So
We also have Big Nate Bricks in the chat.
Whoa!
Who? What?
We were just giving you compliments. It's fine. Go back to your meandering.
All right.
A boat.
Patrol boat.
That's a boat.
It's a boat.
It's a good boat.
Ah.
Oh no!
Now that was a random parts kind of build thing you had to do, or?
Yep, this was part of the random build competition where we bought. I think this one we got 2 bags. I know we got 2 bags for this one, because otherwise we never would have had enough. Man down!
Oh no!
He's gone black.
We never would have had enough parts to build something this big.
Yeah.
And you see,
Again,
you got
Sergeant Deplorable built a small one. So who knows what we'll do next time? We've had some suggestions. Most of them were rubbish.
that. I'm just saying there was a really good one about a zombie survival car that
That would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah.
What was the other one we got? Micro scale space fleet. That was a neat idea.
I'm just saying that whoever suggested zombie escape car is clearly a genius. So, alrighty. So it looks like hey, Julian, there you are.
Just in time. I guess we're going to stop at bag 3 because why would we go on? So, Captain Xavier, thank you for coming. From all of us here at the Pink Bucket Nation to all of you at home, thanks for coming. And remember, you got to love those bricks. Bye, everybody.